Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to start getting hype for Homelander. Ed Boon just showcased Homelander's in-game motto on Twitter, which means this character is very close to being released. Movado is just about to drop. Homelander is the next character in the Kombat Pack. So with that being said, I'd like to make a video speculating on how Homelander is going to play, what are his movesets going to be like, and how is this character going to be utilized in Mortal Kombat 1. We know how he fights in The Boys, we see him in his comics and the show, but we don't have a lot to go off of because Homelander doesn't really fight people who are his skill set very often. So today, I'm going to make a video speculating on Homelander's moveset in Mortal Kombat 1. So grab some popcorn and enjoy. But before we begin, my name is Big Flounder. I stream Mortal Kombat every single night on both YouTube and Twitch. I'd love to see you there. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoy. When discussing Homelander's moveset, we've got to address the elephant in the room, and that is that Homelander doesn't really fight anybody in the Boys universe that is the same strength as him. Now, that's kind of changed a bit in the show. He's fought a couple people. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, but there are some people who are strong enough to give him a decent fight. So we've seen some fighting skills, and that, like I said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but he fights like a baby. He doesn't really do anything crazy. He doesn't have any nuts combos. He's like one punch. He just punches you and then lasers you, and that's it. He doesn't really have anything to write home about necessarily. I wouldn't say he's a Omni-Man. Viltrum might beat the shit out of you in like 15 hits, throw you in the air, drag you back down, stomp on your testicles. That's not Homelander. What Homelander does is he just runs at you and he punches you, and then you die, usually in the Boys universe. So how are they going to translate something like that into the Mortal Kombat universe? Well, luckily for us, we kind of already have a blueprint for that in one of their other games, Injustice. And the character that I think that they're going to be taking the most inspiration from is Superman. In the Injustice game, Superman's playstyle is very similar to how Homelander fights. He doesn't do a lot of crazy combos. He has very 1 to 2 button strings, hits you in the air, and punches you around. That is exactly how I think Homelander might fight, with honestly a little bit less. I think Homelander is going to be very similar to like Jason in Mortal Kombat X, Leatherface, some of those very sluggish but just brawly characters. Ferritor is another good example of somebody who has a lot of very big strings, very big buttons that do a lot of big damage. I also think that Homelander is going to have a decent variety of armored moves, because when you have a lot of just single hit buttons and just very brain dead crayon eater attacks, you're going to need armor. You're going to need some way to use these buttons in order to get into there. And it makes sense because in the show, Homelander is a very tanky character. They try to hit him, it doesn't work. He goes through it and he still hits you. That would be perfect and it would make a lot of sense for his character. Another character that I think they could take inspiration from that has a lot of very clunky hits, great zoning, and interesting mechanics is Darkseid from the Injustice games. In Injustice 2, Darkseid was very fun to play. He was interesting. He had a lot of interesting combos. Once you got in their face, he could beat the hell out of you, but a lot of his best potential came from full screen. As you can see here, Darkseid's zoning was incredible. I think that Homelander is going to be very similar, where he's going to be using those laser beams a lot. It's a decent amount of his kit, and I think that his laser beams are very important in the Boys show. He runs. He fights like a 12-year-old, legitimately. He runs for his life. He'll punch you in the balls. He'll just run away even more. That's all he does. So I hate to break it to people who hate zoners. Homelander's probably going to be a zoner. I would bet my top dollar on the fact that Homelander's going to be a zoner. And I like it, as he should. Homelander should play like a zoner. He is not a combo character, like we said earlier. One more fighting game character that I think NetherRealm Studios should take inspiration from is Magneto, is Fuse Zamasu. Characters with that flight mechanic. We've never really seen a character with a flight mechanic like that in Mortal Kombat 1 yet. We've seen hover mechanics with both Ermac and Sindel, but we've never seen somebody who can literally just like get up in the air and fly around like a genie. I want to see that. I want to see Homelander zoning me. Let me rephrase this. I want to play as Homelander and zone people from the top corner of the screen and just shoot them and not be hit down ever. I just want to sit up there all game. Here's an example of how flight works. You literally just get up in the sky and fly around. I'm not even kidding. It's as simple as it sounds. Shout out to Rufelmonger. I'm using his video in the background here. But you literally just get up in the sky and fly around like that. If they give Homelander a mechanic like that, he is going to be the most toxic zoner in the game. As he should. That is Homelander's character. I know it's going to be annoying. I know it's going to be toxic, but that's what we signed up for when he was in the game. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of excited. And finally, the character that I think that NetherRealm Studios should and will take the most inspiration from, which to the dismay of many Injustice 2 players, is Starfire. I think that Starfire plays exactly how I think Homelander is going to play. She uses a lot of very similar attacks, has a lot of very similar animations, and has very similar playstyle. Run away like a coward and hide. Let me just show you how good Starfire's animations would be for Homelander. Just take a look at her uppercut. That would be perfect for Homelander. This little I-beam uppercut. That is legitimately perfect for a character like that. I think Homelander is going to have a lot of moves like that, for especially his sweep. I think his sweep is going to be a long range with your eyes, and it's just going to be one of those annoying sweeps in the game. Maybe that might even be like a back two, like how Scorpion has. This attack right here, I want to specifically highlight. The low beam on Starfire, I think, is what I'm talking about with the sweep. I really do expect an attack like this. Let me move my camera a bit so you can actually... Oh, whoops. Let me move my camera. Here we go. So you can actually see it. It's this really annoying long-range sweep. I can almost confirm Homelander is going to have one of these. Of course he is. He's going to shoot you in the feet with his eyes. It makes sense. That's what his character does. If I were to predict how Homelander is going to play, I would just imagine him to be an amalgamation of Superman, Starfire, and Jason Voorhees from Mortal Kombat X. Very, very large one-button attack with some armor. Very, very great range and great runaway, keep-away tools. And just annoying, oppressive playstyle that will make a lot of players upset. And whoever plays Homelander is going to be the most annoying, toxic players, playing the game with a shit-eating grin on their face 24/7. I am honestly just as excited as I am nervous for Homelander, but from what Ed Boon showed on Twitter, he looks great, his model looks phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see what NetherRealm Studios does with this character. So, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. My name is Big Flounder. Like I said, I stream every single night on YouTube and Twitch. I have a Discord server. If I happen to not be streaming for some reason, I'll tell you on the Discord server, so join that up, it's in the description. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much.